Hey everyone, this is Louis7, and I am streaming the Lord of the Rings online this morning. So my kin is actually starting like a new weekly event called Saturday Morning Instances, where we just run through different things. I'm expecting this time to do skirmishes, but I'm not actually completely sure what we will be doing. But that's just what I expect for this one. And yeah, that's kind of what I'll be doing today. So my computer had a little bit of issues, and I had to restart it, but it looks like it's fixed now. I was mainly, looks like we're going to go into Discord here, but I was mainly having issues with, actually, some programs. I don't know if, like, one of my hard drives might have disconnected, or my external hard drive might have disconnected, because I couldn't really do anything, so that was a bit weird. Sounds like we might be able to do Forgotten Treasury or something. Okay, so while waiting here, I can go ahead and do some stuff on this character to find out what we're actually going to do. But hey, Jason Matthews. And I did want to mention at the beginning of this, for maybe any EU viewers that happen to be watching this and haven't caught any of my recent videos or streams, I do have a LOTRO points giveaway in my update 23.4.1 video rather. If anyone is interested in that, because I know somebody mentioned no, so you can hear me? Okay. Yeah, I've just been distracted right now. Last night I was talking on like Discord the whole time during that stream, and I did not know that they couldn't hear me. What are these things? I've talked to this guy before and I've looked at these things, but I'm not really sure what they are. Direct soldier cooldown, really? That has a 1 minute cooldown, I guess has a 1 hour, but that's like 3 Mithril coins for that. I personally wouldn't mind doing skirmishes, but I really don't care too much if someone wants to do something else. Okay. Oh, so yeah, someone finally managed to get that all Warden turtle run together. Happened like 20 minutes ago. I actually saw that forming because I was on here crafting, and anybody actually recognized that name as well, because anybody sent me gear on my Guardian. So I thought that was interesting. It was actually anybody and everybody, and all three of those like characters sent me gear. I assume it's the same person. Okay, sounds like we're doing Fort of Bruinen. Hey Aldrith, and the beta opens soon for the 64-bit server test. I don't really know any information on that, and I haven't heard anything. I honestly would have expected it by now. I would have expected it a couple weeks ago even. So I really don't know what's going on with that. They might just be having more difficulty getting it up and getting that going, because I thought I heard somewhere that it was intended to be in beta in March, and that's kind of, we're getting towards the end of March here, and that hasn't been there. I think it has been in alpha though on Palantir. Yeah, I don't want to do that. I'm just like sitting here messing around while we're waiting. I think we're still waiting for a couple other people to join is what's going on here. I should double check that your all's in-game audio is actually working. Yeah. Green, red, blue, yellow, green. I guess that's the fellowship maneuver we're working on. So I wanted to talk, I looked at all these vendors last night actually. I want to see what the crafting has, how much this stuff is. Okay. Okay, so they have like decorated, Westfold. Oh, these are all Westfold and Eastham, at least for the cooking there, but if I look at woodwork or something I could use on this character. These are expertise, so they reward crafting XP, that's right, those recipes. But I was looking at the scroll cases here specifically. The cook one seemed a little bit weird. I don't know if it's just the way the cook is set up. But yeah, I kind of wonder, it says it reveals a rare Supreme Woodworker recipe, but I think these actually give the regular recipes, but it's kind of good to know they have that, but it is a bit expensive at 20 marks to add up to get everything I'd want from that. This person has cosmetics. I was kind of curious, the cosmetics, if I look at... What is the Doom Hunters? That one doesn't sound familiar. I actually like this one, Ceremonial Doom Hunters. That doesn't look too bad. It's got a lot going on though, so I don't know how good it would look dyed. Hey Ruben, Mishk. And when will I make that video on the burglar, and what kind of changes is SSG making to the class? So I'm not sure on any of that either. I actually would have expected that beta to be up. Well, I don't know if that would have been in the beta, but I also would have expected that update by now. I was expecting that sometime a couple weeks ago, kind of when the legendary servers were going to Moria, but I'm hoping that soon, and I don't know what kind of changes SSG will be making. I can only assume they will be increasing their damage output overall and increasing their bleeds, basically making their bleeds actually scale with DPS and scale with all your stats, because they don't really do that right now. And I'll make the video on that whenever the patch notes are released, probably. So it looks like I am the second red there. It's about time they change the wardens too, Space Ape. I'm not sure what wardens need change. We could always use stronger morale taps though. Unless you're actually looking for wardens to be nerfed, which... I don't know if it's so much that wardens need to be nerfed, or you could have other classes go up to the power level of warden. And wardens, they kind of have issues with tanking right now. They're really good tanks on easy content. They're actually the best tanks for easy content, but when you get to the really hard content like tier 2 and tier 3, they just aren't as viable tanks. So they're kind of bad tanks for that. I believe even a champion would technically be better than a warden in those because they have more mitigations. I don't know, I would have to actually look a little bit at the champion blue line to see. I think we're doing Forda Bruin, and so that'll be interesting in a fellowship. I haven't done a lot of these in fellowship, so it's kind of fun for me to go through this. I was messing with my ambient light earlier. This is really dark, so if I like turn my ambient light off, it's basically, I can't even see on my screen, and that's partially to do, I keep my screen brightness pretty low because it bothers me, but I'm gonna actually have to turn it up here. Although the lightning lights it up. So I'll just wait, I won't go ahead and start this, I'll give them a minute to do stuff. And I think I am in, yeah, I'm in tank spec right now, should switch to DPS. So I wonder how we're going to do with keeping their health up. And we have a weird group actually. We have 3 heavy armor classes and 2 medium armor, but we have like 2 captains, so if one of them, I don't know what they're playing, we shouldn't have issues if they play like whatever they want, but it'd be kind of fun to have one in blue, one in red. And then we have the Guardian and tank and me in DPS. I assume he's in tank, probably in yellow line. Let's see what yeah, he has a 2-hander at least. I wanted to look at his gear because he said the level 51 crafted gear was better than like all his level 50 gear. I don't even know if we need a real tank, because if he's playing in the red line, that could be like perfectly fine for this. You hope SSG fixes some PvMP because some of the creep classes are insanely OP. I've never heard that. I've heard the freak classes are OP, but I honestly don't follow PvP too much in this game. And then Space Ape said stronger morale tap, so that is definitely something I agree with. And then... did I miss a fellowship maneuver there? I think I missed that. I wasn't paying attention. I was just like sitting here talking. Okay, I can go ahead and grab these defilers. Is there a reason to not kill the defilers in like group, or is it okay to kill them? Just the defilers. I don't know the difference in these skirmishes, like solo versus group. I haven't done them in group much, so normally I just like kill these defilers and do anything, so I don't know if there's anything different I need to do basically. Okay. Oh, we have a keg stormkeeper. Not the keg. The keg masters are scary, but the stormkeepers sounds like they do decent damage too. Oh, it just... Okay, that's hushing. It's like just somebody just like randomly joined here that wasn't. And I think... No, I don't have aggro on him. I might just be taking damage. I don't know. Kind of stopped taking damage, so maybe I did have aggro. But to get back to the Warden, more dot pulses at 120, so you stop using low level sets to cheat that, and longer buff durations. I strongly agree, longer buff durations. That is kind of the reason they're not so great tanks at the very end game, with doing like tier 2 or tier 3. Because you spend so long keeping all your buffs up. Which is not necessarily a bad playstyle to have to use your own buffs as a Warden, I don't think, but it's just kind of really frustrating having to keep applying them and not really having too much time to do much else. I don't mean to use Desolation there, but yeah, I agree on that stuff. The more dot pulses, that can be helpful. You can get through like a longer rotation. But yeah, if you have more pulses and longer fights, you can go through like a more thorough rotation, I suppose. Especially at high level, if there was just something else you got, maybe one of the LI affixes, the legacies they could have, give you more dot pulses. Just so it's not like something, you don't necessarily need those at low level too much, so it could just be something you work towards at high level somehow, but it's kind of hard the way they have the trait trees if you try to put in something like that. Because at that point you're going into other lines which have like different things. And then Aldra said rank 5 defilers, which isn't that high, takes a whole raid of freeps to kill because defilers heal are crazy. Yeah, I did not know that. That's kind of interesting actually, and that does seem like something that needs to be fixed. And then getting to Ruben again, you were afraid that the new class in the works is a class I'd want to reroll as. So for me, that wouldn't be an issue. Like if I really like the new class, I wouldn't have an issue with that because I like having a bunch of alts. So if you like having alts and if rerolling is not a big deal to you, like just playing different characters and keeping up with multiple characters at once, that could actually be a good thing to me. But yeah, if you enjoy this new class that's supposedly in the works that I haven't heard about since Cordovan mentioned it on one of his streams, and they've kind of kept quiet about it. If that actually is in the works, that is something to consider if you're like a person that just likes to play one character in a main. I really need to not aggro that guy. Okay, it looks good to hit him. I think I need to use Mighty Blow and Persevere a lot. Same as yesterday, basically. Yeah, if you have to use low-level armor sets to get increased dot duration and buffing their dots, that is not good. And if it is required that much to like have a good experience on the Warden, it should definitely be a part of the class somehow. Or if they didn't want that effect at all, they could remove it first from some lower level armor sets and give them some sort of something else to make up for it though. Hey Mo Wow. Let's see, we are doing a lot of AoE to the trolls here. I don't know if it's easy to turn up the brightness on this monitor. I don't want to accidentally turn it off here either. Okay, so I can go through the custom one. I have low blue light. That one looks best actually. But it looks good. It's a little bit brighter. Just so I can actually see a little bit what's going on. It's also because it's morning, it's like a little bright here and we're actually getting some sunshine for the first time it seems like since winter. But anyway, your Hobbit is level 28 now. I think I remember you saying somewhat recently that it was in the 20s maybe? Or maybe upper teens, but Yeah, I think the game starts getting really fun around level 30 because you get a lot more of your class stuff and yeah. Sorry, I think I'm just like so distracted ignoring them. I'll try to pay attention more now. I keep missing his fellowship maneuvers. I'm like totally ignoring him. There's too much chat going on in this, which isn't a bad thing, definitely. I'm just like pressing buttons basically as far as the gameplay. Okay, there we go. Actually got my red in that time. Okay. Yeah, that might be just might be better because I'm so distracted here. Okay, so he's going to switch me in the fellowship maneuver order. You gotta go do chores. Well, have fun with that. Okay. So I am on red at the end now. I believe, yeah, I was the second red earlier. I think it might also just be because it's early in the morning. I'm not paying too much attention, and this is easy content, so I feel like I don't have to pay attention. That's probably why. I didn't know conviction. It heals everything. That's actually kind of nice. It doesn't do much healing, but if I was in the blue line, it would do a decent amount of ticks there and give a little bit of health. I should try old school RuneScape / RuneScape. It's fun. I have never actually played RuneScape. I've heard a lot about it, but I've never actually played it. So I have also not gotten to Moria yet. Or I've gotten to Moria, but I haven't done Moria much, even though it's kind of like I started going through getting to Moria, and now the streams I've actually been doing have been of other things like unlocking skirmishes, now 2 streams with skirmishes in a row, so we want to get these defilers. I will AoE them up. Use Mighty Blow on this one, and Persevere. All his dots went away. I don't know if he did something to clear his dots, or they just happened to all go away at once. Okay, got care of them. I think in the solo version you need to kill the defilers really quick from what I remember. It's just kind of why I prioritize them there. This is a lot of my skirmish, just like the actual stuff and mechanics you need to do I remember from back in Rise of Isengard days. Is this when I did skirmishes a lot more. Oh no, Ashinka died. They're strong damage. I'm getting a ton of crits and devastates here in particular. Getting like 4k crits with recklessness. That really is insane with the burst damage. That would have helped so much in Rift and some of the other things we were doing even. We're just having increased DPS because a lot of us weren't geared that well in the way you needed mastery, and I think a lot of us just had like regular quest gear for them, the DPS characters in our like core group, so they weren't outputting too much DPS because of that. But it would have really helped. It's not like, I don't mean to say I don't that I mind that my kin has not good gear, because it's kind of one of the points is we're open with that. But just things to help, like I could have helped a lot more with that. Well, I'm still getting like, I'm still doing a lot of damage without it, but it does increase my burst damage a lot. I'm really excited, actually. I wasn't excited for a while, but I'm really excited to get the 35 points spent. Somebody got that, looks like. Oh, we have a one of those hawk things that I need to kill the ads first, more basically, which I just like naturally do with my AoE. I'm killing things a little bit too fast, honestly. Almost. We got like 3 out of 6. I was actually ready for that one. I'm paying attention now that we're a long while there. Yeah, I don't have the key to place that. Somebody should have the thing to place out that dirt. Penalty to light mitigation. I should have actually saved that one. I just like was briefly able to read it and see what it did. Oh no, I'm stunned. Looks like we have mobs coming from the other side now. Well, trying to kill Durka here. Durka. So Fort of Bruin, and this is actually one of the defensive ones I don't mind too much. It does go on for a little bit. Like, it's just a little bit long, basically, but I think I have aggro on some of these guys. I want to hit this ranged one, get my dots going on him as well. But for some reason, it was always enjoyable to me, and I think it's just kind of the pace of it. It's pretty nice. So we need to kill some defilers here. I'll go ahead and get this back on. Actually don't even need to use Surety of Death anymore. It looks like he's getting FM on this guy. Oh, we had a bunch of mobs over here. I wonder what my highest crit has been and what the highest crit I could get is. I need to install combat analysis just to satisfy my curiosity with that, but I get increased critical rating, which actually increases crit damage, but also just increase melee damage. Here's a defiler. I feel like they need to be killed. And I have no idea what this orc is doing, but that means he's an easy target. I assume we're running tier 1. I feel like we could run with this group tier 2. I don't know tier 3, like I know I was able to solo tier 3, but it does really ramp up, I think, with the increased group size and getting a lot stronger lieutenants with more unique effects and deadly effects compared to trying to run through it solo where you're not getting that. It makes it a lot more difficulty besides just the increased size. You wish combat analysis would let us see other player numbers. You don't know how Warden compares to others right now. Yeah, that would be really nice. I think it's just the way LOTRO is set up. You can't really achieve that with a plugin like other games. I'm thinking in particularly WoW, which has like all the different DPS meters. And they even have combat logs, which you can view later what the actual stats were according to the game. But yeah, it would be nice to have that because I really want to compare myself to other players. And it's kind of hard if you're just using combat analysis solo to say what DPS you did on a certain fight. If you're trying to compare the classes, you have to have like the exact same group composition. It really depends. You could have your fellowship do certain buffs and debuffs on enemies that increase somebody's damage, and there are just so many factors that it'd be hard to compare without like an actual, for the whole raid, getting the DPS meter for them. It's kind of nice that LOTRO is complicated like that and you can have all those effects, but it does make it harder to do like a class versus class comparison of exact DPS on fights. Because you could have somebody like a Fire Runekeeper boosting Hunter DPS. I don't know if there's much that would boost. Minstrel would actually help with Warden DPS, oddly enough, so just a lot of factors like that. really contribute to the actual DPS numbers per player. So these guys all have a shield. I don't know why. We're on the final assault. This is the boss, maybe. I can only assume it's the boss. I don't know what we need to do here. Yeah, make sure I get oh, Eladon's getting down. I'm gonna do one group heal, but I don't know how much it'll do. Oh, I did hit him with Surety Death. I probably, oh no, yeah, we failed that. One of the elves died. That's unfortunate. I think we have the Minstrel, but there's like no reason to have them a dedicated heal until that. Now we're just going to get teleported out. They actually had that before, but SSG removed it, you think? I didn't know they ever had that where you could actually see other classes' DPS. Why is my... Oh, it's my monitor brightness. I was wondering why it's like so bright here. I wonder if my ambient light, because I always play on low monitor brightness, so I have my ambient light up all the way. I wonder if having that down would affect my videos much. I actually think ambient light, having that down, is better. Oops, I should have done that already. Oh. Oh, we were on tier 2. I wouldn't mind tier 3. I thought we were on tier 1 the whole time, so that was tier 2. Okay, sounds like we're doing Gondamon for tier 3. This one, as far as I know, should be easy. This one's pretty simple. It takes a while. This is I don't personally like this skirmish too much. It just takes a long time and is one of the more boring ones because you have to keep running around to the groups, but we'll see how it is with the full fellowship. Might change my mind a little bit. Have all these Min of Brie reputation items. I need to send them to my Runekeeper actually. For Moria. I didn't even know I still had to open that, so plus 25% item XP for monster kills 1 hour. Actually makes sense, and then the rest of XP in a mark acquisition thing. So enemies are on march to the west. I wonder if this is like every other one you get a lieutenant like in the solo version. How are we doing on my deeds? Did I have my ambient light? I might actually turn that back up here. It's just like such a huge difference. I was looking at that earlier and it just made me wonder, like, I think the actual quality of the lighting is better on low ambient light, but it's like darker and sometimes hard to see. I am taking damage from something here. Okay, now I can use recklessness, I think. Oh, nope, I'm starting to... Oh, everybody's taking damage, okay. So it's not just a me thing. Yeah, that fire is also not good. I'm just going to switch to range here so I can boost up my morale a little bit. It's fortunately not horrible damage. Now it feels kind of pointless to stay in there doing that. It's just a lot slower building gambits, I think, is one of the main things. One of the main reasons I want to play. Heading to the north. I wonder if it'd be useful to have 2 tanks in this, just because if we do... I don't know. Actually, I want to kill a little bit faster. They're on to the north again, so we can stay here. This one should be a lieutenant, which are a lot scarier here in the groups. Oh no, not a Tempest of Flame. That sounds like a Tempest of Kill Us. We need to get the interrupts off. I think that's kind of what was killing me last time with the Tempest of Flame. I don't know why it still thinks I'm like out of combat can build a bunch of gambits quickly though. Oh, I think I had a dot on me as well. I might have had aggro some other things hitting me. I can retreat. It's kind of hard with all the Warden dots to actually see what goes on with you to see exactly what killed me. I think a Hinderval was hitting me. It looks like, and I had a dot on me that I could have removed. I was a little bit slow about that. Oh, and we're on tier 3, so I do have to just generally be more careful. It's kind of crazy though that it was hard to do tier 2. Not like super hard to do tier 2, but it wasn't the easiest thing going through tier 2 last night with a full raid. And now we're doing tier 3. I guess we are doing tier 3 a lot more on level and have a bit more higher levels this time. What do we get from all these skirmishes? We get like 30 marks and 1 medallion. You honestly don't get much. You do get a little bit of ally stuff and have a decent chance, at least with the higher difficulties, to loot Starlit Crystal. But yeah, there's just honestly not that much you get from them. They used to be a lot more rewarding when they were kind of the only way you could get your skirmish marks and skirmish medallions. I don't even know if they had skirmish medallions to begin with. I know they had skirmish marks and then they made them like skirmish medallions and skirmish seals, and then now they're more universal. So they used to be more rewarding just because of that. This guy's not wanting to be hit. He went out on my first desolation. I'm also doing less damage. They have increased mitigation, I guess. I was like hitting 2k or so with the other one. Oh, we almost got the 10. At least I'm not the one that keeps blocking it at the second one this time. But I'm actually, now that I'm actually paying attention to the fellowship maneuvers, I could actually get the second one there. Oh, we have a Vengeful Spirit we need to kill. Two whole goblins. Oh, actually 3 goblins. There's Ernir, the dwarf. Did they already do that much damage to him? His morale was just like so low. Daunting Spirit Sapper. For some reason I think we had this guy in Porto Bruin, but I didn't really notice him, and he has like a neat effect with him, a very foggy effect that's kind of neat. So what does he do? He has Toad slows those around him, unaffected by debuffs, which movement speed. Somebody, it seems to always stop on the 4th one there. It's kind of like it was probably always stopping on the 2nd one with me, now it's stopping on the 4th one. I got a 4.4k crit there. I didn't have Recklessness up for that one. I kind of feel like these fights, they go just long enough where I can use stuff other than my basic dots, which is kind of what I've been doing. Mainly in the tier 2 one, that's all I really need to do, so now I'm just like, I have to find something to be able to do. Where are we going? Oh, we have another encounter, it looks like. So, let's use Recklessness and see what that does. Could run through the rest of my bleeds as well, but I still want to work mainly on skills I need for deeds anyway at this point. Go ahead and knock those out while I can. Which means a lot of Persevere. It looks like enemies are on march to the north, which is convenient. So we're right here fighting this Flost guy. I think Ill Omens would have been pretty fun on the legendary servers. I kind of ran into the issue with Ill Omens, the same issue I run into in-game on the regular servers, that it's kind of why I didn't do it more, but also because I've just been mainly playing on the legendary servers. They've basically become my main server at this point. Another reason I didn't do it that much. But I'm still excited for new content being released in LOTRO, especially as I get like more progress on these and going through the same stuff. Which is taking quite a while, it seems like, in Moria, because I basically haven't even started with the big questing part of Moria on any of my characters. But as far as like, I'm not hitting anything. There we go. As far as the new content being released to the game, I definitely plan to do that. Like on the regular servers. Can you go this way? I'm gonna sneak from behind. That was not the smartest decision with the Priestess of Flame, but I'm still happy I did that. Probably use some of my things here. I think the white circles are all the friendly ones. I've kind of, with just the big cluster of things like that in the last skirmish. There's a fourth one. Oh, the fourth. No, I actually missed the fifth one. Somebody did their, or I missed the sixth one. The fifth one came up really quick, but before I could actually see it, came up and used my sixth one there. Oh, Jimmy got 50 marks. I was like, I got 50 marks, but nope. Yeah, you get more marks from killing lieutenants and doing the actual skirmish part than you get from the end chest. It'd be kind of neat if they added maybe gear to skirmishes. I think that would make them a little bit more rewarding again and make them more appealing because you don't have the unique rewards from them you used to. So if they just added, like, not even maybe the same as an instance, not guaranteed to get a piece of gear, especially like for the solo version, maybe a small chance to get gear or something nice from the solo version, but then higher chances as you do larger groups and especially raids. And I think there are also like weekly chests you get from doing the raids or something. Something is killing me here. I think these guys were the ones killing me last time. I have an eye. Wait, I want to see what that eye debuff was. Make melee attack. I can retreat pretty easily and run back, but morale bomb target. That's what I think. That's what was doing me the little eye effect there. Will breaker, definitely breaking my will. I wonder if that's also something if you go near other players with that bomb. It seems like something that would. Yeah, I got morale bomb other for 4.5k there. I wonder if there's a way to change filter combat event, combat enemy. Yeah, so if you just do combat enemy, I was gonna say I wish they had where you could just see your enemies combat things to you, but you might actually be able to do that. Let's see what combat enemy has. And then you just see the effects, none of the effects you apply, but all the effects enemies apply. I think is how that would work, because that one would actually be useful to have going a little bit and look at it. And I'm not getting hit right now, I assume, which is kind of why nothing is coming up, so as far as that goes, it's working. It's just kind of annoying having another layer of tabs there. Priest of Vengeance. Is this the one with the reflect? Yeah. Like he gives reflects to allies or something. That might be a different one I'm mixing it up with though. Okay, yeah, he gives reflex to an ally there. I don't know if that's what hit me. Let's see, I can actually look at tab. Oh, that doesn't have the reflex because reflex you do to yourself. Yeah, he reflected like 1500 there, and it's kind of scary. He reflects, he gives the reflect to himself. I shouldn't use any dots in this fight actually. We'll just use persevere. But he'll also give the reflect buff to himself, and it's just... Reflects aren't good with a dot-based class because you want to have all your dots up doing damage, and then when the reflect comes up, you're just going to reflect all the dots. But more of a non-dot based class, you can just do your normal damage skills and stop damaging when the reflect comes up. So we are on the third assault. This guy's still up. With a short damaging effect for a short time. I wonder how much damage that does. We'll see if an enemy wants to go in here. Oh no, it had it briefly. What is this guy doing? Subtract 2% of max morale every 5 seconds. What are these dwarves doing? They're having like that same issue those orcs were having. Some sort of pathing issue or something there. In Forda-Bruinen. So they're on march to the north. There's a tactical offense. Oh, a spawn of Angvan. I've never seen a dragon, I don't think, at least. I don't recognize seeing a dragon from any of these. As any of the lieutenants, so that's kind of neat. I wonder what he does, though, besides being a big scary dragon. Okay, we killed him. Well, I got my red in, but something was missed there. I wonder what my finesse is up to, because a lot of gear has finesse now. It's actually 12.1%, so that's not too bad. I think the crafted gear, my boots have finesse, and then maybe something else. I don't see anything else with finesse. Actually, don't know where I get the other 1,000 finesse I have. Weapon? No. Javelin? Nope. Should probably pay attention to the fight, but I'm really curious where I get the other 1,000 finesse. It might be a captain buff. That would make sense, some sort of buff going on here. So we have 852 ICMR armor value. I guess the banner, we have banner guard in our skirmish here. It's actually kind of nice when you have a nice variation of who you have as your skirmish soldiers with a full group like this. Just all the various things you can get if you actually have different ones. So having a sage would actually be a little bit useful for having their unique debuffs while also having only one banner and getting their buffs. But I'm trying to see where I might have a finesse buff here. I just have so many buffs it's hard to see all them individually. I think those are all more just boosts. Yeah, it looks like the captain, none of his regular buffs give it as his Middle Earth one. That one gives crit rating and mastery, so no. Gives a lot of mastery, that's a very nice buff. I'm actually at 213% right now. Which is kind of weird. I thought the cap was 200%, but I don't know if I have anything to actually get above the percent, or if there's some things that ignore it. Or if it's not 200%. I think tactical was 400%, but then they made other changes with that. Or maybe it was physical that's 400 and tactical that's 200. That could be the case. Yeah, I think I'm pulling aggro on this guy. I just went like strong DPS. He's the one who needs to die pretty quickly. What do I need? We can go ahead and use piercing strike. I'll go ahead and do some of these now. Okay, so somebody's on yellow. Yeah, Google's green and then I am red. What do we have? Oh, they're back to the south. We actually have a fellowship maneuver, but... Oh, what do we have here? Oh, that's a friendly. That's Hashinka. I was like, that looked like some sort of skirmish lieutenant, actually. Where's the mob? Oh, he's just gonna die, yeah. Now on to the west, and now we should have a lieutenant. Maybe. There we go. Oh, Defender of Val. They're so nice and like easy and just... basically don't have to worry about them anything. I assume it's the same in the Fellowship version. Oh, I just used Warcry. That's not good. Okay, let's go ahead and do some Mighty Blows and Perseveres and Recklessnesses. Thunder of the Oaken Shield. I barely, he was about to die and I barely got my red off in time. So I wonder if I can see what that does. Scored a critical hit, light damage over time. Defender of the Vial, somewhere around here. I don't know if there's a way to see what that actually did though. Strength quintuplet. It did a devastating for 2.4k, so where are we running? Oh, we finished that assault. I wonder if that is what summoned... Yeah, the Oathbreaker? Maybe. I don't know. Noble Spirit? Probably that one. I think. I don't know. That one, just it might be one of the ones that summons Oathbreakers, one of the Fellowship maneuvers. I really like the Conviction just heals everything. It's kind of fun. We gotta make sure we keep Matthew alive. He only has 11k health, and as we saw with the 2 elves, we had issues. It does, but it's like really weak. Like it does like 200 healing total is all. I'm not sure. Yeah, they just nerfed a lot of Warden heals lately, and they're kind of weak, and I actually do have quite a bit of mastery. I'm at like 200 something %, but it's still really weak. That actually is a good point though. I'm kind of curious. He mentioned that physical mastery used to boost up the Warden heals. Did I just crit for like 5.2k? That might be my highest crit now. I don't know why I'm just like suddenly wanting very high crits, but it's kind of fun to see these big numbers. I guess with like recklessness. Fierce Resolve healing a whole 32. And even in the healing line, like Restoration does I think 300, that's pretty weak as well. It's something you can use to give you a little bit of a morale boost, but it's just like... Typically you'd rather actually deal damage than try and sustain a little bit. Sounds like somebody in the Jimmy's original kin in Arkansas, the one I was in for a little bit. I joined it a little bit after I started playing. I think I joined another kin with some of my friends. But we were all like basically connected kin with just 2 separate kins actually. So how am I doing on Mighty Blow my deeds? I haven't checked those in a while. We always need to check these. So I can actually finish Master of the Fist tomorrow if I played my Warden tomorrow. I don't know what's going on. We're doing Moria instances, so I'd probably do my Warden tomorrow as well. I think a lot of people, just from what I've seen of my videos and streams recently, a lot of people enjoy the Warden ones a lot. Oh yeah, yeah, I think he breathes fire or something like that. If I can switch to tank and tank one of the bosses if you want. Yeah, I think so. So I do get to do some tanking today. I've made a lot of these hope tokens on my jeweler finishing out. I don't know a lot, more like just 7, but what I had enough resources for, but yeah, I made those so I can send those to this character. I went ahead and switched to blue line because I don't know exactly when the boss will come, and sometimes if you're just in the area, I think you can avoid just pulling him straight out. This is a good time to get the fellowship maneuver. Yeah, no. I'm probably going to actually start pulling aggro now though that I'm in the blue line. Hopefully I can survive it a little bit more. I can actually do a little bit of conviction healing, restoration. Just because they last a little bit longer, getting those increased pulses means you don't really have to keep it up as much, and just over time it actually has a decent effect. A game of Stompisher is about to begin in Dwellin. Don't think that affects us too much. Probably some sort of spring festival thing. Oh, I thought it said Jimmy was defeated. Okay. You're having issues there. I do too much damage here. Can't lose aggro, and I'd actually rather... Yeah, it looks like we'll have the boss going, so I can go ahead and eat some food. I'll do is, I think, my agility food. Go ahead and get that. The resistance one. Yeah, I can do that. So I will take the dwarf probably to this area or so. He might actually be ranged, and I might have to... do something else here. At least it's not like Thievery or Mischief, I don't think, where you get a whole bunch of new bosses. So I just need to wait a minute here. I can go ahead and get some debuffs on that guy. Use Warning Shot, and now I am good to go. And so hopefully, I think we have the Minstrel on healing, so I should be good to do a little bit of DPS here. Maybe. Taking a lot of damage from something. It could just be like his effect minus fire mitigation. Yeah, I'm taking a lot of fire damage. I was taking a lot of fire damage from something. Okay, I need to taunt him here. Get him out of there. Yeah, he's just doing a lot of fire damage to me. I don't know if it has to do with proximity with this guy. If that's what's killing me, because it seems like whenever he gets close, I get that fire debuff. That's just what's killing me right now. Like the one that actually deals damage. Okay, let's try and get... I'm going to Warning Shot. We'll be able to force taunt him in a second. Okay, I can go ahead and force taunt for a second here. Make sure he's going the other way. Oh, that didn't really last too long. At least we can keep retreating and do this. I guess we just need to keep Matthew up, and you know, eventually we'd have to repair or something. That would get pretty costly, but... Okay, so this guy, I need to... I wonder, I'm going to stay ranged here. Oh, I can't heal Matthew that well. Yeah. As long as Matthew's not taking... Oh, he's been defeated. Almost got him, so now we failed the second one. No, we'll be reported out in a minute. There we go. So yeah, we have like no issue going through it, and then it's kind of the boss fights, they just wear us down too much on tier 3 for our group. So yeah, we did good there, just kind of, when we got to the boss fight, it was a little bit too much for us. I was also not using my mitigation pocket item again. I actually get more mitigation if I use this one. I need to spend some of my legacy point things. Surety of death damage over time, definitely. I can do more. Defiant challenge damage over turn, probably that one. How about Storm on Methodrist? I've never done that one in a group, so I'm kind of curious how it will be. Sounds like we're doing tier 355 for Storm on Methodrist. This is going to be chaotic. Okay, sounds like we're taking a short little break here. I'm gonna get this started. Field manual? Oh, so I can actually know how the skirmish traits work. So yeah, conviction, I'm going to switch to the red line, but conviction here, it just heals so little. It does 100, about 600, a little bit less than 600, like 550 or so. Total healing, but after 15 seconds. That's just a long time to get a tiny bit of healing, but it is a boost to morale. And the main thing for that, at least as far as I'm concerned, would actually be the defensive buff. Now let's go ahead and switch to red line. So we're doing Thunder of the Oaken Shield, and I am on red for that, the last red. So it'd be kind of a waste of the cooldown, but since we're here right now, I want to see exactly what Recklessness does to a skill like this. So we have, that will affect our melee damage. And then that's what it's like now. So I believe that increased the dot damage. Let's go to, let me go to my screenshot folder and actually look at that. So yeah, that does increase the dot damage as I thought it did. Doesn't quite increase it by 50%. I think it just like factors in 50% more of like your melee damage output, I guess. Something, I'm not. Okay, I was like, I'm not echoing, am I? I think somebody... Okay, he had like, we could like barely hear him. It sounded like he was talking like a mile away from his mic, but... Oh, we're doing a different one now. He's giving me the last one again. Okay, so I'm on the last yellow there. So I think I am on blue or red there. I don't know which one exactly. Okay, so I am the blue there. Okay, I need to heal everybody while I can, just because it's fun. So this one's fun because we get all these annoying mobs. The Albane Archer, this is kind of scary, the damage I'm taking right now though. That's kind of what I'd be worried about in this one. There are just so many like evil effects and fear effects in here that it'd probably do a lot of damage to us. I can actually go a little bit more into DPS here. I don't need to spam the same thing over and over if I can actually get some variation. I did not mean to use the boot there. The boot there, that was definitely a misclick thing without actually clicking. I don't know, I still call those misclicks even if I'm not like clicking the skill. That's just naturally what I call them. Oh, I have something, I have like a spear that distracted me. I already had a spear builder up. Just try 3. There we go, we got him. Okay. I just want to pick off this elite while he was alone. We are up to, no, we're still only at 63 critical hits. That's what we were at yesterday. It was like, I got 2 the day before yesterday and I got 3 yesterday. I can actually keep track of the exact numbers I'm getting. It's so low. And then some days I'll like have 5 crits in a row with that and it just like goes way up where I can't actually keep track of it. In doing skirmishes it's harder, so I like want to take any opportunity I can to pull and use that, and also use ambush on top of that. You can actually, I should play the yellow line some because I could get Javelin of Deadly Force. I actually think what I'm thinking of is the last thing in that, but at 35 trait points yellow line, it gets some neat things. It doesn't necessarily get a lot stronger, but just gets some neat things. We might just be taking too much tactical damage in this one. It's kind of what I feel like. If I look at my actual tab, yeah, I'm doing like, yeah, I'm taking a lot of tactical damage mainly. I'm also getting melee attack, of course, with some of these things. But yeah, that's why I was actually a little bit curious on how these mobs, how that would do in this, besides just the big cluster and chaotic part of it once you get to these. But it's a fun skirmish. They didn't add it until this is actually in Rise of Isengard is when they added this, but they have it in the game right now and I enjoy it. So it's actually, yeah, right here we can actually see on the map where we are in Isengard, west of actual Isengard, but I totally misclicked that one. That one was an actual misclick, but we'll use Goad. Why not? We get a put Brink of Victory in that. These mobs shouldn't be as much of an issue just because they're pretty basic in comparison. So I am the 5th blue in this one. Looks like we didn't really get that one started though. Oh, people are dying. Zeridan has a lot of morale, so it should be a little bit easier to keep him up. I am taking some damage from something. I think I have aggro on something, yeah. He just did like a 2k hit to me. Try and line of sight him a bit, and yeah, there's just not much I could do with that. Oh no, I'm still in combat, so I can't force march my way back. Oh, we have a lot of mobs here. This should be fun. Yeah, I might switch to tank. I'm kind of curious. I probably shouldn't be doing this too much, and especially retreating so quickly, I'll need to repair. My armor will be broken by the time we finish. Okay, let's, we need to focus on a mob, I think, as well. I got Sturdy, Brennan might hit this dude. Oh, and we have another counterattack coming now. Oh, why did I use defensive strike? Okay, I might as well do some damage while I can. If I'm going to die, I'm going to die doing a lot of damage to these guys. And getting my desolation, all that stuff up and going. Oh, he's actually getting aggro. That was nice timing. I still took damage, still had, I think, the Defender of Isle, but yeah. This might just be a bit tougher. Oh, Ceridan's fallen. We actually just failed this one. Oh, this one wasn't as successful. I think tier 3 was a bit much on this one. And we pull just like a lot of mobs, and that's kind of the fun part of this, but on tier 3 with us, it's not going to happen, really. I don't know if we're going to try again, but...
How may I help you? What can I do for you?
Probably actually I should get some of these potions, they're like so cheap. Oh, I do have some. I just didn't have them on my bar. Okay, let's go ahead and eat some food this time before we actually start. Okay, let's talk to him and start this. Okay, I'm actually going to use one of my hope tokens here as well. Maybe. Doesn't want me to use it. Haha. There we go. I have aggro on something. I have a fear on me. That's not doing damage, I just can't evade with that one, but still taking a lot of damage. Something is killing me. I wonder if it's a melee range sort of thing. Oh, actually I have something hitting me right now as well. So yeah, I'm kind of curious if it's a melee thing, if I'm getting hit by something. So strong critical hit, shadow scream, distraught, melee swipe attack, swipe. I don't know if the other melee are seeing this, but it looks like I'm getting hit by some sort of melee range AoEs, and when I like step back, I'm taking less damage. I think some of it, and then some are from the other mobs. Trying to see what the other ones were. The kind of noon, those are some of the ghosts, right? Oh, that was just like a regular hit. Yeah, let's go ahead and use recklessness and just kill this one. Shouldn't that be my strategy this whole time though? Just like using recklessness and killing everything instead of worrying about any sort of aggro or something like that. Maybe start actually using Unerring Strike and be more useful with my bleeds instead of just... Because I'm like so used to using Mighty Blow for the deed, even though I still want to use that for the deed, but it's like, it's to the point where I don't need to focus on it so much and should be a little bit more helpful here. But I'm just so used to it, even when I think about doing DPS, that's just what I gravitate towards now, when it would actually be better to go through either my full bleed rotation or just go through and start with Unerring Strike because it's so strong. But yeah, I don't think these fights are quite long enough to go through my full bleed rotation. Maybe on an Elite Master like this one. But on this guy, I like could still start all my light dots, but the bleeds are actually, they're a lot stronger than they used to be basically, and that's kind of why they're a lot more worth using. So that went pretty smoothly. Let's see if we can get past this gate. I think we just need to... Yeah, we need to stay back here and not pull them. And that was probably partially my issue, because I'd like go behind the mobs and make sure I hit everything with my AoEs. So I think we're just going to stay back here so I could like still do that in a way, but just way back here instead. I wouldn't mind trying to get a knockdown on one of them, and need to wait for him to get a little bit closer. Oh, I got a knockdown on the front one. I do want to get Never Surrender up while that's all cooldown. Pay attention to that a little bit. All this XP is actually pretty nice for this character because she is one of the ones, again, if I do the questing I just do filler zones that my lore master misses, or could do that on like my Runekeeper as well. There's a guy at range that not much you can do against him. I just need to actually go up and hit him, I think. I think if I just stay like right here. Probably, yeah, it looks like. It's just like you start off with your bleeds and then it seems like they won't be dying quick and you could have gone through your full bleed rotation, but then it's kind of like they start dying once you get more of your toss going, so it's not the biggest thing. To have to actually go through that full bleed rotation. I'm actually taking a lot of damage here from something. I think it's those Drogovar. I think they do some sort of cleave or something, because Banaleth got hit a lot. Let me see what I've actually been doing. Oh, I reflected. Oh, I reflected damage 2 somehow. Trying to see what was hitting me there though. Looks like just weak melee attack. I don't know if that's some sort of AoE. Let's see, I can actually... This fight's pretty comfortable. That's what I wanted to see before I went into melee range, see if there was anything like that that I needed to avoid. This one's a quite scary counterattack. Okay, I'm just going to... I need to accept that I'm going to take a lot of damage right here. Yep, that was expected. I can run back though, I'll just wait a second and run back. I think I was just getting hit that time with melee stuff. Critical hit, yeah, moderate melee attack and some chilling wind, so that would be like an AoE. Distraught, I think, is an AoE. Oh, Saradan died? Oh no. I felt him again there. This is pretty difficult. We got a little bit further that time, but I don't know if we should continue this one a bunch. It's a little bit different doing it with a full group. Sounds like people want to continue this one. My ears are getting actually sore from my light headphones now. I don't know. Sore or more itchy, but I have to have them on to be able to hear the voice chat here. You get a nice view of Dunland, I think? Yeah, it would be Dunland if we're facing west here. What did he did something he said to make it easier to keep track of on some people. Okay, I should probably be a little bit more helpful here, but I want to get some screenshots. I actually need to get some screenshots of my group. Oh, Jimmy. I saw him pull, but I assumed like everybody was there. I just wanted to take a brief second to get some screenshots, but I didn't realize we were already going for one, like completely going in. I thought everybody else was also like in that area. Yeah, but they were hanging back with me, I think. I wonder if these guys at their rocks do some sort of AoE damage. I know I have aggro right now on one of them, which is why I would be taking damage. Why did I just use Persevere? I have no idea how I used that. Okay, hopefully got a couple of screenshots there while we're on an easier mob. Because I just need more screenshots of my kin doing skirmishes so I have more interesting thumbnails than just my Warden. Thunderstone Smasher, what does he do? Oh, he punishes all around him, so I definitely want to stay ranged here. I might be able to go melee for a little bit, let's see. Yeah, he's doing... Let me see how much damage that actually does. So that's 715. Oh no, he's taking this guy right to me, that's not good. But yeah, definitely with this one I need to stay away. Guess I can use Conviction, it's really not that strong, but will feel helpful at least. Now I can use Recklessness, get a little bit of buff from that, and I think I can run in and get a melee hit. I'll use my Strong Bleed here on the Ring Strike. Oh, I'm still in range, so that's actually... I didn't even think about being in range since I need to actually get one of these for a melee effect. There we go. I just can't stay in melee, he'll do too much damage to me. Also don't get the benefit of stacking all the same javelin skills as I would in the yellow line. I can actually switch back to melee now. I think it was pretty scary though. It was actually something I was able to see and avoid quick enough though. So what do I have? I have... This one's done. Master of Shield, that's something I need to work on. Spear is... That's the one with Mighty Blow, that one's pretty close. I need my Sage. Okay, let's go ahead and do some strong DPS here. Oh no, he went like... where I couldn't hit him just when I was building up to use Desolation. And now I just basically spamming Surety of Death here. Okay, can I actually get... There we go, now we can actually get everything off to use Desolation. Oh, the mobs are almost dead. Okay, now we can go through and use Desolation again, probably brink of victory. No, it looks like they're dying. Oh, I died from something. I got hit for 10k. I wonder if that was his induction. It'll take a minute. Looks like they got a lot of mobs on them. There's some signatures I can kill. Ceradan, I don't know what he's taking damage from. Yeah. I just got hit by something, and I think it was... Actually got hit by some melee attacks there. Looks like we failed this one again. I don't know how much we're going to try this. It's kind of tough with tier 3. Kind of tough with tier 3. If we had like, if we were higher level, more close to 55 in general, better gear, all that type of stuff, it would help, but we still had trouble with the mechanics like interrupting inductions, it seemed like. I should go ahead and repair again. This has been expensive repairing from running these though. Okay, sounds like Enya is dropping out here. Maybe Hushinka. I don't know what this broken chain link... Oh, I think that is from Tharloch and the Rift. That was kind of interesting, at least to me. I kind of like going through Storm and Methadress at least the first couple times, just learning about it in the Fellowship and how that worked, and doing tier 3 also. That would be tough tier 3 solo, I think, even. So I'm not sure what we're going to do now, if how many of us are dropping out or what's going on. I'm just like at the skirmish camp. There's not much for me to do here while waiting. I actually have my allies I still can't reforge. Yeah, there's nothing, I don't think there's anything I need to do with these guys. And you can't really meld anything useful at this point. You actually have, let me see. Oh, you have 4 of these. I think one is, yeah, the Moria one, which would definitely prefer that over might, oddly enough. And sounds like we're switching down to tier 2 and maybe a bit lower level. I'm up for either. I don't know if that helps. Somebody's trying to decide which one to do, so sounds like we're gonna try tier 3 at level 53. So we'll stay tier 3, but we're dropping the level by 2 levels and we lost our level 60 hunter though. And it sounds like he switched to yellow line. What cosmetic is that? Banalith? Oh, the cosmetic actually doesn't quite match at least the chest piece, but that's kind of neat. Wonder what it is, if it's just like a, if it's what armor she has. No, that's an actual one she has here. Oh, outfit 3. I kind of like that one, but it's, oh, the femme. So it actually does match, it's just, oh, it has different dyes, okay. Let's see, maybe if they had, I can do the second. Okay, this time I'll actually, I've been paying attention to fellowship maneuvers now. Can do that. So I'm the second yellow, that's all I need to worry about. I think it's the blue is kind of the one, oh, the last one that wasn't listed there that somebody's working on. So we'll go through recklessness, of course, desolation. I should check the melee dots, how much those are affected by recklessness as well. We'll probably miss that 100 DPS though. He kind of died before I was able to do the yellow there. Which is okay as far as I'm concerned. So we'll go ahead and use a hope token. Probably should go ahead and eat my food here as well. Should have done that before this whole thing, but now that I'm actually thinking about it, the little break here can do that. We're going through this part actually, I think, a little bit smoother. I don't know if lowering the level maybe helps with our mitigations and how much damage they do. That much of 2 levels really makes that much of a difference. I just used Surety of Death again, but we're going through it smoothly, at least these mobs we're fighting. I'm not taking as much AoE damage, it doesn't seem like, and just going smoother in general. So it looks like Desolation hit any of them, so I can reapply that. I'll give the Guardian a second to get aggro here actually before I go run in and do stuff. Okay, now I can run in and do stuff. And it looks like I have to do my yellow here. Now it looks like Guardian got stunned, so we'll just cancel that and then go about our DPS. Remove our debuff. And then I think we're about due for a Desolation, and then I can start doing some tab target dots. Looks like we can do another Desolation on this one at least. And yeah, now Surety of Death. We have another counterattack. I don't know how I used Warcry there. I'm pretty sure I built Surety of Death, but I did not build Surety of Death. I built Warcry plus a bunch of stuff that doesn't affect it. Yeah, it's kind of, he was just talking about how it's going okay, but we haven't had many ghosts. That's where we're running into the issues largely. So I'm having these dudes throw rocks at me, I think. Yeah, one of them is at least. Yeah. I need to throw some light dots at him back. Go ahead and build Desolation up and use Recklessness. So we got the encounter. I don't think we ever got to encounter before. I can't hit somebody, they're too far away. Here's the yellow. Oh no, this blue went away. Somebody, either I just switched targets, which is definitely possible, but the tree might have healed completely up or something. Ooh, yikes. I don't know what happened, but I am like, I have to definitely kite this. I cannot take that damage. Can deal the damage, but cannot take it at assist. There we go. Oh no, now the Minstrel died. Oh, we have Maru Brennan on us. We need to make sure, I need to keep him off Saradane. Oh, it looks like he's on aggro with Jimmy, so Jimmy's back up and we're all good here. I think Kashinka's running back, which is, it's kind of scary damage I'm taking right now. I'm going to switch to range and just stay away and give myself some healing. Okay, let's go ahead and get back into melee and oh, he does a scary frontal AoE, it looks like. Good thing we avoided that. Okay, I can go ahead and use a dot now that he's about dead, and died before I could even use it. Oh, I can actually use Mighty Blow on this one. Well, we got through that. So we kind of have this scary Thunderstone Smasher. He's the one actually I have to stay away from. I don't have the yellow line built right now, but I just need to, stay back basically. I can build. I wonder if I can actually knock him down. That would be pretty nice. Okay, we're going to go in and then back out, but I can build a melee dot. I can build my melee dots and then use Recklessness and go ahead and get some quick burst damage. I can safely do that for a little bit, basically. It looks like they decided to run away out of my range by the time I could do that. He's actually running towards us, which is really not good. Again, I need to stay far away from him. Now we just need blue. We got it. So we got Wrath of the Oathbreakers. I don't know if that summons any Oathbreakers with only doing 5, but hopefully it would. I need to get this off Pashinka. It looks like Jimmy got him. So that troll's still there, so I still can't quite go fully in melee, but I can still weave in summon. He's about dead, so I can basically stay there. And now I can switch to melee and do some normal Warden stuff. Looks like my sage is dead. I'll need to resummon him. Just stacking persevere while I can. Okay, we're going to do blue, 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 green, green. Isolation here, I got 5k crit there with that one. I was just gonna use Mighty Blow on this one, but I feel like I need to do some more damage here. He has some sort of induction, hopefully I can get an interrupt on that. That actually didn't seem to do much if he actually did get it off. So we need to use Surety of Death now. Go ahead and use a melee dot. Another melee dot. Greater token of awkwardness? What? So penalty to range defense. Okay. So what does that actually do for the plus 25% incoming range damage? That's actually pretty significant. Need like a melee version of that. So this one grants us a healing effect for a short time. Should actually save that one. This one's penalty to range defense. So what is that? Oh, that's a... That one's only plus 5% incoming range damage. The other one was like plus 25%. Oh, I need to get green. Noble Blood. Don't know what Noble Blood does, but sounds good. Should give us a heal as well. Let's see what it does. Can't see because my skirmish soldier is blocking that. I can actually hover over the buff. Sounds like 2 green then 3 yellows for the next FM. Okay. I'll be one of the greens here. Two captains will be going green and everyone else yellow. Okay, so this one's fun. If this was... Man, this would just be so fun to pull everything if we could actually survive it, but... I will stay back here and try and get an ambush in, though. It's somebody with ambush. I actually think it was the tree, but it's so hard to tell you knock them down. I have no idea where my mouse went, since I'm so dependent on it to be a clicker. I definitely need that. Okay, now we can get... He's had a chance to get some aggro. Oh, a lot of people are taking a lot of damage, actually. Probably getting hit by those AoEs that I was getting hit by the captain. You just gotta be sure you stay behind them. I think that's kind of my big thing with that. Even though it seemed like sometimes... Why am I building shield gambits? Sometimes when that would happen, I would still take that damage. So we need to get Mighty Blow in real quick. We need to get another Mighty Blow in real quick. And we need to get one more Mighty Blow in real quick. Well, we got all 3 of those like perfectly in. So yeah, that's pretty close to done, just 13 more Mighty Blows. Actually able to weave in a decent amount of ambushes. I don't know if I'm really getting my crits though that I need. So we got that Silent Glory. I don't know how silent, like 2 blues, maybe because it is 2 blues, that's why it would be silent. Because they don't really expect to then suddenly have all the dot damage from the 3 yellows. I don't know, I'm just trying to think of reasons they would name it like that, but it's whatever. I have some aggro on some of these guys here. Kite him for a little bit, that'll kill him. And I did not mean to use Persevere. I meant to build Mighty Blow, but Persevere is perfectly okay with that. Did we have Oathbreaker summon from that, or is that the captain? That's the Oathbreaker archer, so that's the captain. Powerless, that's his name. What is he? Which one is he though? The damage one? I don't know if there's a way to tell. Oh, well, we're doing the same thing again. We have something. Something is doing some frost here. And that's really scary. I didn't quite get that one. I can't even see whatever it is doing that. Looks like it's dead. Just need to use my AoEs and trust they will kill whatever. Oh, these ones, one of them has a reflect right now. One of them's doing something. Reflect, one of them reflects 200% damage. It's the one that's not purple. Okay, so we're actually going okay here. Oh, one of them, the worm's reflecting damage. The filthy crawler's reflecting damage now. We're actually doing okay, honestly. And we just killed him. So I killed the crawlers. Did they like explode and defeat him somehow? That's interesting. I need to get back. I'm taking too much damage when I go up there. Yeah. I don't know, they were just like sitting there dead, but we need to run back. So because Warden would be defeated, and that's kind of why we need to keep up with this. So we can use our fire oil again. Should be able to stop and use that. Oh, I probably should have waited for everybody to use that hope token. That was a mistake. And that was my last one, but it's okay. So we just need to get aggro off Warden real quick and so his effect seems to be will not turn to aid. What am I taking so much damage from? Tempest of Flame? Bolt of Terror? Yeah, it seems like I just need to stay far away and kill him here. Seems like he... Okay. Just seems like he does some sort of melee effect, like melee range something that I'm staying far away and staying pretty safe. I think I have an interrupt. I'll double check. Yeah, I have an interrupt I can use. It takes a little bit to build though, but... Oh, that was his big effect there. Okay. I don't know, it seemed actually safe just staying ranged and killing him though while he did that. Okay, so I'll switch back to melee stance here, but that was kind of interesting because we could, sounds like Jimmy never seen that encounter. That one's like, it happens all the time in solo, but never pay any attention to it, and I think I have seen the reflect from that once. I got then hurt by that, definitely. I think maybe running it duo, though. Need to get some more screenshots. Oh, this is a good one to get. Maybe. If I press the right button. Okay. We can see if I got any screenshots out of that bigness, but... Jeez, determination, not determination, desolation. What's determination? That used to be the name of the melee stance, didn't it? And then assailment. I think assailment stayed the same, but this is like in the fray now, but I think that's what it was. I was like wondering what was going on with determination, why I just thought of that. And with desolation, I think that was the name of the melee stance. What are we doing? I don't know what was going on there. I just tried to do something. I didn't know if yellow would do anything, but... I was gonna say fancy, somebody said easy. I like that one. Pure of heart. 3 green and 2 blue. Yeah, sounds like I am on blue duty. And yeah, that'll be nice with healing and, you know, for the boss fight. I think that should be helpful with us. Oh, we have a frost thing there. It's kind of scary. Trying to hit him enough, but it looks like the Guardian was able to get a taunt, so that's okay. But once we run up to him, we're probably going to pull the frost thing, which is kind of scary. No, maybe not. Pure of heart. I don't know what that does. I assume, yeah, it gives us a heal, strong conviction. That's not actually, that's a pretty weak heal, hot from that, but I assume we get, oh, I don't know. He just like, I guess his thing is that he just one-shots people. So what did he do? Oh, this is the guy, he is, yeah, the Primordial Wrath, he's Primordial Wrath. At least we don't have to worry about Ceridan being defeated on this particular part. I don't know what to do with that. If there's something like I could do to avoid it, maybe staying far away, trying to stay out of range. I don't have the yellow line built, which is kind of annoying. This is really, it's really hard for me to actually ration spending 100 Mithril coins, but Warden is very much so a class I would do that. And you know, maybe if there's like a sell on Mithril coins, if I really feel like I'm needing that, I could do it, but I just really wish... What to say one for taking more damage? Does that mean I'm a better tank because I take less damage? So I should use some of these. Penalty to fire mitigation. Damaging effect. Grants us a healing effect. Or a power siphon. Oh no. He one-shotted the Guardian here. He got hit for 24k. I have no idea why. He's targeting me, but he's just like running around. I can't do anything. I'm just gonna go yellow. I mean, I seem to be safe here staying far away. That's kind of why I'm staying far away here, but I don't know if that's actually necessary. That's what I was talking about. I really want to set up the yellow line because, you know, if you have all these melee effects and just staying out of them, actually surviving and doing something better than being in red line and staying far away. kind of want to kill him first. I know we have the ads here, but the captain's tanking one of them okay, and the guardian's tanking the other one, of course, with the boss. Okay, but we can use... Okay, I'm going to run into melee and just... We'll see what happens. Oh man, I don't know what I did to survive, but... Just gonna get a couple hits on him and survive. Okay, we got that one dead. Yeah, he's dead. I have never heard that actually. So what's up? So it sounds like they used to call really good wardens Wardens. So you'd be like a warden if you're a bad warden, and a warden, you just get rid of the R. Let's use this one. So what healing does that do? 1.5% morale? It's nice that it gives you percent morale and not just a raw number. Yikes, that was scary. I don't know if he did an induction and did that, but it is one of those AoE things that have been killing me earlier. Oops, accidentally used control minus. So in solo, you can just basically ignore everything, but I'm kind of thinking that won't be the case, and there are like little drakes that do a lot of fire damage that might need to be killed. It says like protect dunlending drummers, and again, I never have to pay attention to that, but I'm assuming there's something there with that. I'm just like so used to running through the solo, and you ignore that and you just get through it, and that's the best way. Because if you actually try to protect the dunlending jumpers in solo, I notice I basically die and fail. Versus if you actually... Oh yeah, so the dragon, that's like the first part of the fight. He spawns like on the house. Usually as a tank I would like take him back here above the house. Wait, there's... I have never seen this before, actually. I guess this is something new for bigger group size. I just know it's Etred. Oh, there's Etred. This is... okay, this is weird. This is fun, though. More dragons is a good thing to me. Oh, this one's inducting something. Okay, so we're gonna use some dots here. Oh, I have aggro on him, that's not good. Like if I was in tank line that would be okay, but just because I won't have any of my... Okay, so we are on Etred. Yeah, cause he just randomly like turned backwards and shot a bolt of fire at us. I wonder how much damage that did. Oh, it's only 265, that's not too bad. Oh, these are bats, okay. And what do the bats do? Deal fire damage to nearby enemies, which would be us. We're unfortunately the enemies. I think I missed on whatever mine with the fellowship maneuver. So yeah, these are like little whelplings. They're super tiny bodies. I don't know if I've seen little drakes like that in this game with as small bodies as that with like the full wing size. Full whelpling wing size at least. I have a dot on me, I need to get rid of that. So we got Saradin back up. This has been kind of chaotic, but we've been doing it. Then we have the second phase of the fight, which might even be third phase if you consider like, this one's fun. Now let's just go ahead and go green. The captains were on the green, I was like on the blues, but at that point... Oh no, Saradin. Saradin died. I don't know why. We were going so well and then he just like suddenly died, it seemed like. I was kind of paying attention to his morale. I don't think he got that low, but... So we got through that, and the same thing here, we just like die on the boss fight. We fail on the boss fight, rather. Wait. Oh, I retreat now. It's like a free teleport for dying in the skirmish here to Southern Brieffields. So, yeah, that was a fun boss fight. Yeah, that was a fun fight. We were like, it seemed like everything was okay, and then he just like suddenly died. Yeah, we have been going for about 2 hours now at these skirmishes, and that one's pretty fun. Yeah, I definitely did. Okay, so... Yeah. So yeah, we basically did 5-man when we actually dropped to the two levels lower and dropped to 5-man from 6-man. Got rid of our nice 60, level 60 hunter DPS, and... yeah, so that was nice, and then we did the same thing, just failed on the boss fight. Saradin died. And yeah, it sounds like next week for our Saturday morning instances we will be doing skirmishes again, it sounds like. But we also, I think, Friday, and I don't know. We'll see what actually happens. Looks like our fellowship's disbanded. Seal. We can go ahead and disconnect here. So as far as other things for me to do this morning, there's really nothing. That was kind of it. I know we kind of suddenly ended, but we ended the skirmish there, so that's kind of why it was sudden. So as far as stuff coming up from me, I think later today I will have a stream actually going into Moria, because, you know, that's a thing that I haven't been doing. And I'll be doing some questing there on my Lore Master. That's the plans, and then tomorrow we're doing some Moria instances, which I plan to do on my Warden. I think my Warden should be okay level, because I'm like right around Jimmy, so we should be safe with that. I don't know exactly what we'll be doing with that. We might even leave in some skirmishes if we have extra time, I assume, but... The plan is actually Moria instances for that one. I can go ahead and delete this tab and get rid of that. But yeah, I'll be going in Moria on my Lore Master here later today. Probably normal evening time for my streams. But I hope you all did enjoy this one. I had a lot of fun going through these skirmishes again. It's fun going through them. And like last night, I think they could be a little bit more rewarding. And I think I talked about that in Gondamon. If they added gear, I think that could be a good thing. Just a chance to drop some gear pieces like the same instance gear. I think that would make them a bit more rewarding because they don't have the unique rewards they used to. But I hope you all enjoyed the stream, and if you did, please consider liking and subscribing for more, and thanks for watching and joining, everyone.